Okay, we've just about finished our little dog, in other words, except for cleaning it up and everything like that. As you can see, he's really taken shape and form, and just a few more little things you gotta do to him. Now, when you get your feet down the way you want them, then you take your little V-tool like this, and very carefully hold your feet kind of like this, in other words. And you take your little V-tool, and you make your little paw marks, see? See? You make your little paw marks like that, in other words, on your dog. See? Make those like that, and you do that with each one. You go over and do that with all the feet like that. Get my knife back. Do the same thing here. Make your little paw marks with your, I mean, you can do a lot of other things. You know, you can kind of fancy it up a little bit, but like I said, we're beginners right now. We're working with beginners, and we just want to get the basic form and shape of it. Now, when doing the eyes, all I'm going to do on the eyes is come to this area right here. I'm just going to kind of draw up and down like little triangles, in other words. Little triangles in there for the eyes. And I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut along the little triangles, and I'm going to remove that wood like that. See? Cut down, cut there, and slowly just kind of remove that wood in there. Now, a lot of times you can take a little, there we go. Just sort of like that. See? Just sort of, you take the pencil, look at that. See? You draw your little eyes and you, for your dog. Like I said, you can do a little bit more fancy things. You make special eyes and stuff, but right now, for with the beginning, you know, I want you just basically to get your form of your dog, your shape of your dog, and there we go. Now you see, got your nose, excuse me, you got your nose, got the front of your dog here, got your tail. I can thin that tail up a little bit more. You can do a number of things. You can thin the legs however way you want. You know, if you're a dog connoisseur, as you might say, you can thin them legs up a little bit more or whatever, and I'm probably going to thin them up just a little bit more. But I think we're up to video number 10 on this one. But I wanted to show you that how you get the basic shape of the dog, in other words. Like I said, a lot of you may know dogs a lot better than I do, and maybe you want to do something different, but this is the basic shape of the dog, and thinned out, and cut out, as we do. Take a little bit off in there, but this is it. There he is, and he's a neat little project, but he is just going to be part of the scene. In other words, he's going to be looking up the tree at the coon. And remember, like I said, you take when you're through with your legs, be very, very careful. You take your V-tool and you come over here and just very lightly make your paws. See? In other words, just make your paws like that, in other words. Make your 4 paws. And then we're going to paint him, but we're not going to paint him right now. We're going to do the coon next. And then we're going to paint them both together. And we're going to make a little scene out of it. is what we're going to do. But this is the dog. This is the little hound dog that we've done. And you can do him two ways. You can do him with him looking up, and you can do him with him looking down. But we did it with it looking up, so in the scene, in other words, he can be looking up the tree at the coon. So I hope this has helped you. But basically, this is the design. We're going to clean him up a little bit. We're going to, afterwards, in other words, I'll take my knife, sharpen it and clean him up, get some of the burrs out and everything like that. But that is the basic shape and form of the dog itself. And he's a fun project to do. He takes a little bit longer than a lot of projects, but he's a good little project. And remember, this wood is 2 inches, and the pattern is in the book Country Carving with Tom Wolfe. But I may be able to, send you the pattern or whatever. But just we'll talk about that. But anyway, this is the dog, and that's the first of our project on the carving the dog and the tree. The dog and the coon scene. And this is the dog. And like I said, our next project will be carving the coon, and then we'll paint both of them together, and then we'll put it together, and we'll show you exactly what the scene's going to look like. Okay. Well, I sure appreciate you being a part of this. And we've had a lot of fun doing this. And I know, like I said, I'm a lot faster. I try to go faster so I don't spend have to do too many parts. But I think we got up 10 parts this time. But anyway, this is the dog, and this is our project, and I sure appreciate you tuning in. And our next project will be the coon. I've been off for a little while. My grandson's been down here. He's gone now, but I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to get to the coon, but it won't be too long. And we'll get that carved, and then we'll get the painting done and slowly begin to work on the scene itself. Okay.